Get ready.
Today will be a day long remembered, men, because today we get more clones. Yes, more clones are in this. This is from Aliexpress. Thank you so much, Ali. You're the greatest. Yeah, I haven't ordered from Aliexpress ever. I don't know, but yeah, since I ordered from Aliexpress, you can already guess. These are not real clones. They're fake clones. They're not real. And dang it, it had my address on it. So I can't show you the other side. Because they took like 2 packages. I ordered 2 different separate kind of different things. And my other side has my address on it. So grr, that's irritating. But yes, this should be a fake clone. I've been curious about some of these fake clones that have been floating around. You know, floating around the cyberspace. And I figured, hey, I'll go ahead and finally order myself some. I do plan on doing a video on one of these, like its own video, and it's probably this one, yes. So I'm not going to discuss this one too much in this. Wow, that is like really like packed in there, isn't it? It's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Something about that, yeah. Oh, it's like a sleeve. It's like a styrofoam sleeve. So far, oh, okay. That was a good okay. 'Cause wow. I'm gonna have to take a closer. I'm gonna give you my first impressions. I'm gonna do my own clone corner on this. But this is a knockoff of the brand new Phase 1 Clone Trooper Black series, and I have it right here. Wow. Ain't looking much different. Ain't looking any worse, really. It actually looks a little better because it's kind of glossier. Now, how does it feel? Ooh, head's a little... Whoop! The ball joint came off a little easier. So that's something. Shoulder's a little loose. How's the shoulder pads? Because they're like super flexible on this one. See, they're super flexible. This one's a little stiff in the shoulder pads. How's the elbows? Ooh, I hope I don't break it. Oh. Oh my goodness. So far, man, color me kind of impressed. So far, I'm kind of impressed. Gotta exert the right amounts of force in the right spot so I don't break the damn thing. But yeah, wow. Kind of all I have to say is wow. Because, yeah, that's impressive. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and here's another look. Here's his guns. You can see the guns look pretty much on par with the real thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's just get one more close look. Honestly, if I showed you both and you didn't know which one was real and which one was fake, you might not be able to tell. Like, seriously. You might not be able to tell. Like, if I just showed you this, which one's real, which one's fake. Seriously. I mean, this one has a couple little, like, paint things. Like, he's got ever so slightly, like, the little speck in the middle of the helmet there. And a little thing there. But other than that, man, like, wow. Okay, I'm going to set him off to the side. We're done talking about him because he's going to get his own video. Wow. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. But then next, ooh, this is what I've been waiting for. Does this also have my address on it? Yes, it does on the bottom. Okay, this is heavy. This is heavy, and this is going to be satisfying for, I think, all of us. Because this, my friends, my compadres, my allies, my associates, is what I mentioned in my previous clone corner that came out like ages ago. Ooh, yes! Say hello to 15 knockoff 212s. 15! Yes, 15! I had to go big, man. I'm like, if I'm getting this knockoff 212, I gotta get a lot of them. So yeah, I got 15. That's kind of a pretty big number. um, let's get into these. I already do have a couple of these knockoffs from some fans. Some fans sent me some. I think Rust Belt sent me the Mace Windu Trooper, and ooh, plenty of extra guns too. Ooh, yes. And I think it was Bobby that sent me the Shadow Troopers. So the ankles always tend to break on these. So I'm not going to hinge these ankles one bit ever. But I've already handled a few of these, like I said, and I've been impressed. They honestly don't feel too bad. I mean, sure, they are knockoffs. They're unofficial. They're, you know, I wouldn't recommend buying these over the official product. I would say support the official product, but I'm also very disappointed with how Hasbro's been handling Clone Troopers lately and just Star Wars in general. They do not understand or realize there is a massive, massive market for Clone Troopers right now. There is an insanely large market, and they are just not tapping into that. So China was like, yeah, we're going to re-release all these troopers on the antenna mold. Pretty good quality plastic, too. Like, it's not the best, but honestly, man, like, it's not too far off from the real thing when it comes to plastic quality. It really isn't. I mean, it's a little bit, but not too much. Honestly, though, this guy reminds me... It's like a unique deco, right? But it reminds me more of the comic pack version, because it doesn't really have any weathering. But the comic pack had some chipping away at the orange, and it had a little bit of different stylings and things. But, man, look at this. And I got 15 of him. Yes. I don't know what kind of laugh that was, but, man, they look cool, too. They look cool. I think I'm going to end up getting more of these just to make my armies, like, way too large. Like, larger than they didn't, like, really have any business being. Because, honestly, like, it was kind of expensive, right? This adds up. Like, this bundle, this heavy bag of 15 Clone Troopers cost me almost $100. So, yeah, a little expensive. So you know what? Let's get into it. Let's dive in, man. Let's dive in. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Okay, so let's get him standing. I can't wait to add these guys to my 212th Army lineup. So let's get all the trash out of the way. And let us begin building the army. So, that's one. I guess I'll just talk. I'll do this and I'll talk. I gotta check my microphone, make sure it's still recording. I got a new app. I usually use a recording app. And I was done with my old one. It kept skipping the audio. It kept, just stopping the recording. And so I was like, you know what? I'm done with you. Bye. Bye. I'm done. I don't need to be with you. So I broke up with my old recording app that I've used for like years. So yeah, that was a little bit of a rough breakup. But after that, I've got this new recording audio. So far, so good. And he's got a short neck. They've got like the short necks going on, which is funny because the 212th Troopers themselves have kind of the longer neck version of this mold, because there's actually like two different versions. There's the short neck and the long neck. You can see the short neck with the comic pack one, and the long necks with the normal Saga collection. That's because the long necks, I think it's just a difference in the head sculpt, but they were used for the Apo figure. So that's why there's short necks and long necks. So they made the neck longer for Apo so he could have the pauldron, and for some reason they used the long necks with all the other 212ths. So yeah, these ankles, okay, that one's moving, but they are very prone to breaking on these knockoffs. For whatever reason, the ankles are super prone to breaking. So if you can just avoid the ankle, like if you can just not move it, that would work. So I have 15 of these to unbag. I don't know if I'm going to show you all 15. I will at the end of the video. You'll see all 15 lined up. But man, I don't think I can unbag all 15. Man, these things feel really nice though. It's like, I hate to recommend knockoffs, right? I hate to recommend them because they're not real. These are not official products. So it's kind of like, man, it's sort of not okay to, get these over the real thing. But man, when the real thing is like, dude, the original Saga Collection 212 is pushing like $25-30 each. So when it's getting to that point and Hasbro is doing nothing to satisfy this market, I mean, you got to go with what's out there. And these are out there. These are available to buy. And they're good quality. I feel like there's not as much of a, like, you know, stress and worry with being official or fake with action figures like this than there is for Lego. Lego, there's a very, and believe me, I've been there, there's a very big, like, it's not real Lego, or it's, you know, it's fake, or blah, blah, blah. There's a very big thing with Lego for that. And for me, I was very strict, like, it needs to be official Lego, blah, 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 when I was a kid. Now it's like, yeah, I've got some knockoff Lego Iron Man stuff from armors they haven't made. I've got that in my Hall of Armor. I've got some of the knockoff, like the Captain Rex and Jesse are sweet. They're really cool. Like those unofficial figures that are out on eBay right now, they're really high quality too for what they are. And they only cost like $1 or $2 each. So there's 4. We got 4. Man, they look so cool too. They really do, don't they? I think they look so cool. 15, yikes. I almost ordered more. I'm not gonna lie. I almost ordered like 20 or like 30. I was like, you know what? If I order 15, that'll put my army at a solid like 50. So I figured, yeah, we'll stick it with this, and that'll do me. I feel like I might want to get some 501st eventually, because I really want more 501st in my army. Because I love 501st. Come on, who doesn't? They were the it's funny how the 501st were introduced as the guys that killed the Jedi, right? Like to us, to the fans, experiencing the movies and all that. First time we saw 501st were when they were marching on the temple. So they were always kind of seen as like the Order 66 troopers, you know? Like the Jedi Temple Purge guys when Revenge of the Sith first came out. I think on some of the figures they were called like Special Ops clones too. So 501st were originally like Special Ops clones, which I mean they technically are. They're like some of the more, the 501st is one of the more elite legions. You know, so yeah, it's just, that's how it is. And like the 212th, I like if they all have different uses too. Like the 212th is like the attack battalion. Like if we're launching an attack, we want the 212th. But if we want like a more elite squad, we'll get the 501st. If we want a group that's more like diverse in environments and all that, we'll get the 41st Elite, etc., etc. They really did a good job diversifying the clones, in my opinion. Ooh, this wrist. Ooh, okay, we're good. I feel like one of these is gonna break. One of these is gonna break. Oh man, this is satisfying. Just all these clones. Yes, please. Thank you. Oh man, we're at 6. We're at 6. So we're gonna have 3 rows by the time I'm done. Just gotta get him standing up. There we go. So yes, we are currently at 6. Oh man. Oh man. I guess I'll just keep filming. Why not? Why not? You guys will watch it. You guys will watch it. You guys will, listen to me blabber on. I try to keep the channel more casual, I don't, super edit my videos because I don't have the time to do it. I wish I could. I wish I could do stuff that, like, I had planned on, like my Clone Wars video and my Bumblebee video. I wish I could do more stuff like that, but I'm just too busy, and, like, I keep it casual on the channel right now, and you guys seem to be liking it. You guys like what I put out, so I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing now. Maybe someday my life will calm down enough, and I'll be able to get out, like, some really cool stuff. I have had, like, an idea for stop motion, but, I've never really done that. One thing of note, I have an extra antenna so far. I don't know what bag that came in, but I actually have an extra antenna so far. So that's good. I can actually put that on another trooper, because I do have some troopers missing antenna. So that works awesomely. I wonder how many extra antenna I'll have. I really hope I have more. So let's see. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I have the same amount of weapons, but I got 1 extra antenna. All right. Man, these guys are so cool. And they're like, look at the quality. Look at the paint. Just look at that. It looks really good. And it's so consistent, too. Like, man, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. They know what's up. They do. And I haven't seen any clones with, like 2 left arms or 2 right legs or anything like that. That wrist is a little out. You can see, look at how fragile those wrists are. Man, clone wrists, am I right? They will always be the sad thing about clones, because so many clones have lost their wrists. There are ways to fix a clone wrist. You can basically like make a new joint by like basically giving him a metal rod for a peg. I've done that before. Well, when I say I've done that, I mean my brother's done that. Yeah, look at that. It's so funny how all their legs are always so swiveled. I mean, some of them do look a little dirty. Like, you can see that leg's a little dirty. But the paint quality's good, man. It's good. I'm really loving it. And it's accurate, too. It's not an inaccurate deco, like the those Lego bootleg 212th minifigs that I got a while ago. I got all these bags, too. Those will actually be useful. All these baggies that are coming in. Yeah, I was worried like the deco wouldn't be accurate or something, or they would just kind of fall short. But it's like I got a couple from you guys, from Bobby and Rust Belt Collector, and I was like, yeah, you know what? These things ain't bad. I'm gonna go ahead and order me some. And I did message Rust Belt too before I ordered these. I'm like, is there a good place to get these so I don't get scammed? And he's like, man, you know, Aliexpress is good. And I sent him the link, and I'm like, hey, do you think this is good? And he's like, yeah, man, that looks legit. So I ordered it, and it came pretty fast too. Trying to think how long ago I ordered it. It hasn't been more than like maybe a couple weeks. Only took like a couple weeks to get here. So yeah, look at him. He's looking sweet. Let's give him his antenna. Man, I really hope I get more spare antenna. But yeah, that is cool, man. Get another trooper in the ranks. Another trooper. One thing, little side rant. I respect and like D. Bradley Baker's clone performance, right? But it does not sound like Tamora Morrison. It does not. He just doesn't have the same accent. He does have an accent, but it's not the same accent. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's almost like I'm trying to think about an example of like, you know, D. Bradley Baker's clones would be like, move out. You know, move out. Come on, soldier. It's almost has like a bit of an Australian, like, come on, mate. Like, what are you doing? What exactly do you think you're doing? Like, it has that kind of sound, but like Tamora Morrison's a little different. It'd be like, what do you think you're doing? Like, it has like a different, like, if you listen to Boba Fett, how Boba Fett talks, it's so, like in The Mandalorian, it's so much different from like how the D. Bradley Baker clones sound. It's like the D. Bradley Baker clones are like brothers, and then, you know, Boba's like brothers. They want my brothers. Like there's a difference. Now, granted, my clone impression's not the greatest, right? It's not the greatest, but still, I've noticed that. Now, granted, like not a lot of clone actors have really perfectly portrayed Tamora Morrison, but still, I've never felt like the D. Bradley Baker clones sound like Tamora Morrison. They don't. They just don't. They have like this. Their voice is a little lighter. They have a different accent. I'm used to it by now, right? Because I have known that voice for over a decade. I've known that voice for 13 years of my life, right? But I still have moments where I'm just like, it doesn't really sound right. I don't know. Is that weird? Am I weird for kind of feeling that way? But yeah, like it's not the right accent. There's a couple moments where like D. Bradley Baker nails it, but not always. Actually, not most of the time. It's just odd to me. I don't know. It's just my little 2 cents. He still is a great actor. Like, the only reason, like, why he's still one of the reasons for me why he's one of the best clone voice actors is because he's such a good actor. He puts so much emotion and everything into the clones that I can't really complain. But still, just doesn't sound exactly right. Like, start loading your men on the ships. Like, that's how Tamora Morrison would sound, and then D. Bradley Baker would be like, start loading your men on the ships. Like, it's ships versus ships. Like, you see what I mean, right? Like, you see what I mean. But anyways, I've seriously been, like, actively looking to see if I have another spare antenna, and I'm disappointed that so far I do not. Man, some people are like, this guy's just blabbering on and complaining about freaking Tamora Morrison while he's unboxing $100 worth of clone troopers. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, man. I'll do what I want. I'll do what I want. This is my channel. This is my life. I do what I want to do. Jeez, if you understand that reference, I'm so sorry. I keep looking down like, did I miss a spare antenna? No. So yeah, there's trooper number 13, I think he's number 13. Oh man, Star Wars 1313. I wish that would have happened. I don't even really play video games anymore, but man, if 1313 would have happened, that would have been amazing. Last two troopers. Spare antenna, no. Spare antenna, no. So we got one extra antenna. We got one. I'll take it. I'll take it. But yes, look at this, man. Look at my army. And I already have, like, how many other 212s that are real? And then these guys aren't just, like, stand-ins, right? It's not like they're just going to stand there and, like, oh, yeah, we just make the army look bigger. No, these guys are fully posable. These guys are decent quality. These guys can actually add something to the collection. Like, I really think these are good. I really do. As someone who has collected clones for a pretty good chunk of my life, I can say, yeah, man, I kind of give these my seal of approval. I do. I'm sorry. I know they're not real. I know it's, not the greatest, but it's like, man, I've seen some bad clone knockoffs in my time. These are not that. These are very, very good. And I think if you want to bolster your army without breaking your bank, this is a good option. You don't have to go with this option, but it is an option that is available. And I'm very happy that it is available, because Hasbro doesn't make normal clones available. I'm going to be redoing my top 10 clone troopers you can get for $10 or less video. I think only 2 of those clones, 2, maybe 3, actually stay on the list. All of the rest have gone up to either 15, 20, 25. There's one that's gone up to like 50 or 60. And it used to be under $10. So yeah, man. Clones are not cheap anymore. Some people ask me, where do I get cheap clones? And the answer is not really, like, there really isn't much of an answer, man. If you want cheap clones that, like, you can army build, this is kind of your only choice right now. I've lucked out with my official Saga Collection 212s by finding people willing to sell them to me for a good price, right? Like, I buy them in bulk, so they sell them to me for a good price. But this, which I have just completed, all 15, this, like I said, 15 troopers only cost me a little under $100. That's very cheap, and the quality is not bad either. I remember, I hope this doesn't call out the eBay seller, but I saw an eBay listing. I'm putting all the bags in the big bag. But I saw an eBay listing. It said 212 action figure lot, and it said like $60. And it showed a picture of like 20 Saga Collection 212s, right? It showed a picture of a ton of them. I clicked on the listing, and the guy was selling, the $60 lot was just for 2 of them. And the initial picture was misleading. So yeah, it was $60 for 2 of them out of the package. So yeah, number one, that tells you these things ain't cheap anymore. And number 2, like, if you really want to build an army, this is one of your only real options. It's sad, but true. I wish you had a better option. I wish you could just walk into a store and find something like this hanging on the pegs for $9.99, something like that, and boom, there you go. You buy it. You're done. You're happy, and you can keep finding them and finding them and finding them. That used to be the case back when Hasbro really knew what they were doing with the Saga Collection. Or not the Saga Collection, Saga Legends. The original Saga Legends, not the 5 points of articulation crap. Because they constantly re-released clone troopers and stormtroopers and characters and things that people and kids consistently and constantly wanted, while the mainline kept delivering new products, new quality, new characters. So you had Saga Legends that kept putting out Anakin and Darth Vader and Obi-Wan and clone troopers and 501st and space troopers and stormtroopers and battle droids and all this stuff. And then you had the Vintage Collection, the Clone Wars is putting out new stuff. Someone may say, oh, we still kind of have Saga Legends. It's the Black Series archive line. Yeah, it's a Black Series. That's, 6-inch. That's not 3 3/4 inch. That's not the scale that it once was. And some people, they're like, man, 3 3/4 inch is, a thing of the past. And see, there's been some arguments where it's like, I can kind of agree with that. Because, like, with Marvel, 3 3/4 inch was never its bread and butter. Marvel's gone from, like, 8-inch to 5-inch to, 6-inch to 3 3/4 inch to 2-inch to 6-inch. And, like, it's never really had a more definitive scale more than the 6-inch. So Marvel Legends is the definitive. With Star Wars, it's always been 3 3/4 inch since day one. For the army building, for the vehicles, for the characters, and all that. And them going to 6-inch just takes away from the core of the Star Wars figure collecting experience. That's in its core why I don't collect 6-inch Black Series. I still do buy the clones from 6-inch Black Series because I collect clone troopers. But I don't get any other characters besides the clones. Maybe a stormtrooper here and there, maybe, possibly, not very often. I still have a few because they are good figures. But I don't look at this and think, oh man, this is Star Wars. I look at this, and this is what ticks my brain. This is what gets that dopamine flowing, and this is what makes me happy. So yeah, that turned into a bit of a rant, but a bit of a tangent. But yeah, that's 15 knockoff 212ths. I guess knockoff bootleg. Can't really call them unofficial. I mean, you could, I guess. But yeah, they're fake. They're not real. 15 212ths or 212th. I've never said 212th. Some people say 212th. Some people say 212th. I've always said 212th. So I will always say 212th until the day I die. But 212th, it's like, I know Tom Kane in the start of like the Mandalore arc was like, Commander Cody and the 212th. And I was just like, that sounds weird to my brain, but also that's what they're called, I suppose. But anyways, I am done rambling. There is my haul. Yes, about $100 worth of troopers right there. That looks like $100 worth. That really does. And I'm happy. That's where I'll leave it. I am a happy boy. Now I'm gonna go add these to my 212th ranks, and I'm gonna post pictures. I'm gonna be a happy boy. I'm gonna be a really good boy. And yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it with my video. Sorry it was so long, but I hope you guys stuck around and enjoyed my ramblings at least. If you stuck around until the end, till the bitter end, comment, boy, he tall. Do that. That sums up my whole ramblings and all that. If you stuck around until the end, like, add to the end of your comment, like, boy, he tall. And if you didn't add boy, he tall to your comment, I will know you didn't stick around until the end, and I will be displeased with your apparent lack of progress. I'm done talking. Later, guys.